Welcome to News Beacon, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. August 15th in Buner was meant to be an ordinary summer night, the kind where families gathered on rooftops to escape the heat, and children played in the fading light. The air was thick with the scent of earth and distant cooking fires, and the only sounds were the gentle hum of crickets and the occasional bark of a dog. But as dusk settled, a strange stillness crept in. The wind shifted, carrying with it a sense of unease. Nature, it seemed, had other plans for this quiet valley. The rain came suddenly, not as a gentle monsoon, but as a violent wall of water that hammered rooftops and battered the earth. Within minutes, the streets were transformed into rivers, and the familiar sounds of the night were drowned out by the relentless roar of the downpour. In just an hour, a rare and furious cloudburst unleashed over 6 inches of rain, overwhelming the already saturated ground. The rain gauge overflowed and water poured in sheets, turning fields into lakes and alleys into torrents. Water tore through villages, carving new paths of destruction where none had existed before. The force of the flood was unstoppable, uprooting everything in its way. The roar was deafening. Boulders tumbled down hillsides, trees snapped like twigs, and homes crumbled under the weight of the water and debris. The landscape was being rewritten in real time. "It was a waterfall from the sky," recalled Tariq Khan, a local shopkeeper, his voice trembling as he remembered the chaos. He watched helplessly as his shop, his livelihood, was swallowed by the flood. The river, once a lifeline for the community, became a monster that night, devouring markets, homes, and memories in its relentless surge. People fled with nothing but the clothes on their backs, stumbling through knee-deep water as chaos and darkness swallowed the night. Parents clutched their children, neighbors called out for loved ones, and the only light came from flashes of lightning overhead. Flash floods surged through the narrow streets, sweeping away vehicles, livestock, and precious belongings. The force of the water was so great that even the strongest walls could not withstand it. Survivors clung to rooftops and high ground, desperate to escape the rising water. Some spent hours in the cold rain, praying for rescue as the floodwaters swirled below. By dawn, the landscape was unrecognizable. Markets and homes buried under thick brown mud, streets erased, and entire neighborhoods vanished beneath the debris. The river had receded, but devastation remained. The silence of the morning was broken only by the sound of weeping and the distant calls for help. Cries for the missing echoed across the valley, as families searched desperately for loved ones lost in the night. The community, once vibrant and close-knit, was now united in grief and shock. The air was heavy with loss. The night of terror was over, but the struggle had just begun. For many, the pain of what was lost would linger long after the waters receded. For Buner, nothing would ever be the same. The scars of that night would remain etched in the land and in the hearts of its people, a stark reminder of nature's unpredictable fury. The numbers tell a story of heartbreak, a tragedy that unfolds in every corner of the flood-ravaged land. Each statistic is a life, a family, a future forever changed. Over 660 lives have been lost since the relentless monsoon rains began, leaving behind families shattered by grief and communities struggling to comprehend the scale of their loss. The mid-August cloudburst alone claimed at least 360 more across Pakistan and Kashmir, overwhelming emergency services and leaving entire neighborhoods submerged in muddy water. More than 100 people remain missing, their loved ones clinging to hope as rescue teams search through the wreckage. For these families, every hour is an eternity, every rumor a flicker of hope or despair. The destruction is everywhere. Over 2,700 homes have been destroyed or damaged, forcing thousands to seek shelter wherever they can find it, often under open skies or in makeshift camps. Roads, bridges, and communication lines have vanished beneath the floodwaters, isolating entire regions and making rescue and relief efforts painfully slow. In Buner, entire rows of shops are buried under thick layers of mud and debris, livelihoods destroyed in a matter of hours, leaving business owners and workers with nothing but memories of what once was. In remote villages, whole communities have disappeared, their homes and fields swallowed by the relentless waters, their futures uncertain. Daroli Bala was hit hardest. 40 people are still missing, swept away along with their homes and all they owned, leaving behind a haunting silence where laughter and life once filled the air. Survivors wander through mud and debris, pointing to where neighbors once lived, searching for anything that can be salvaged from the ruins of their lives. The loss is overwhelming, the wounds deep and raw. Tears flow freely as people mourn not just for loved ones, but for the sense of security and belonging that has been washed away. For many, the landscape of home is now a memory, fields, streets, and houses erased by the flood. The road to recovery will be long and uncertain, and for some, it may take generations to rebuild what was lost. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa stands at the heart of this disaster, bearing the brunt of the monsoon's wrath. The province has suffered over 425 deaths, most of the national toll. Its steep valleys and rivers became deadly traps as the rains fell. Buner, devastated by the August 15th cloudburst, lost over 200 people in just 2 days. Markets are buried, infrastructure shattered, and for many, the loss is total. Swabi faced a similar fate, with flash floods killing 11 more. Roads are gone, villages isolated, rescue teams forced to trek for hours on foot. The province is cut off, its lifeline severed. For Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the floods are not just a disaster, they are a fight for survival. Amid the devastation, personal stories reveal the true cost. The floodwaters may have receded, but the memories and scars remain, etched into the lives of those who survived. Each ruined home, each shattered possession, tells a silent story of loss and endurance. In the heart of the disaster zone, voices tremble as they recount the moments when hope seemed to slip away. A schoolteacher in Buner, eyes hollow, says, "We survived, but a part of us died in that water." Her words echo the pain of countless others who watched their lives wash away in a matter of hours. She remembers the chaos, the desperate rush to higher ground, and the haunting silence that followed the storm. For her, and for many, survival came at a heavy price. Children are haunted by nightmares, terrified by even a hint of rain. Their laughter has been replaced by anxious whispers and their games by fearful glances at the sky. Many wake in the night, crying out for parents unable to forget the roar of the water and the darkness that swallowed their homes. They scream and ask if the water is coming back, says one father. He holds his child close, trying to offer comfort. He barely feels himself. The trauma is not just physical, it lingers in every conversation, every sleepless night, every uncertain day. Tens of thousands now live in makeshift camps, their homes and security gone. Tents stretch as far as the eye can see, filled with families who once had lives, routines, and dreams. Now they share stories of survival, clinging to memories of what was lost and hopes for what might return. The fear of returning is real, the ground itself feels dangerous. Many hesitate at the edge of their former villages, uncertain if the earth will hold or if the waters will rise again. The landscape is forever changed, and so are the people who must now navigate it. Survivors speak of helplessness, caught between a lost past and an uncertain future. They mourn not just for their homes but for the sense of safety that vanished with the flood. Each day is a struggle to find meaning and hope amid the ruins. Yet there are moments of courage, a mother holding her children above floodwaters for hours, refusing to let go even as exhaustion set in. Her determination became a lifeline, a testament to the strength that emerges in the darkest times. A son carrying his father to safety step by step through swirling waters, driven by love and duty. These stories of sacrifice and bravery shine through the gloom, reminding us of the bonds that disasters cannot break. These acts of bravery are born of desperation. In the chaos, neighbors became rescuers, strangers became family, and communities found strength in unity. The will to survive brought out the best in many, even as the world around them crumbled. Relief at survival is mixed with deep grief for all that's lost. Tears of gratitude mingle with tears of sorrow, as families embrace amid the ruins. The pain of loss is ever present, but so is the gratitude for another chance at life. The trauma runs deep, but so does resilience. Day by day, survivors begin to rebuild, not just their homes, but their sense of community and hope. Each brick laid, each meal shared is a step toward healing. The human spirit endures even as sorrow lingers. In moments of quiet, survivors find comfort in each other, drawing strength from shared experience and collective resolve. For many, the journey to healing has only begun. The road ahead is long, but with every sunrise, hope grows a little stronger, and the promise of a new beginning feels just within reach. This is no ordinary monsoon. Climate change is rewriting the rules. Rainfall is up to 60% heavier than last year, overwhelming the land. The monsoon's path has shifted west, drenching regions unprepared for such deluges. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa now lies directly in the storm's path, facing unpredictable, deadly downpours. Global warming is disrupting weather patterns, making storms more extreme and erratic. The term cloudburst captures the new reality: sudden, massive downpours that devastate in minutes. Once rare, these events are becoming more common as the planet heats up. The 2025 floods are a warning. Climate change is here, and it's deadly. The 2025 floods echo a painful history. Pakistan is trapped in a cycle of disaster. From the super flood of 2010 to the devastation of 2022, each event leaves deeper scars. Pakistan contributes less than 1% of global emissions, yet suffers among the most. Recovery is never complete. New floods strike before old wounds heal. Infrastructure and livelihoods are rebuilt, only to be destroyed again. The cycle traps millions in poverty and vulnerability. Without global support and climate justice, the suffering will only grow. The government has declared a state of emergency. The military and rescue teams are racing against time. Helicopters and boats are rescuing stranded families, but destroyed roads and landslides block access to many areas. Teams often carry supplies on foot through mud and debris. Survivors criticize late warnings and a lack of early alert systems, especially in rural areas. The focus now is on clearing roads and delivering aid: tents, food, water, medicine. Resources are stretched thin. Every delivery is a hard-won victory. The scale of need is immense, and the response is a battle against both nature and time. For many, help cannot come soon enough. Millions now face a humanitarian crisis. Clean water, food, and shelter are desperately scarce. Wells are contaminated, raising the risk of deadly diseases like cholera and typhoid. Makeshift camps are overcrowded and unsanitary, threatening a second wave of suffering. Farmlands and markets are ruined. Families have no way to feed themselves. Aid is arriving, but not fast enough, especially in isolated areas. Malnutrition and illness are growing threats, especially for children and the elderly. Medical supplies are running out, clinics overwhelmed. The government and aid agencies are appealing for urgent international help. The world must respond. Millions of lives hang in the balance. As Pakistan struggles to recover, new threats loom. More heavy rains are forecast in the coming weeks. Survivors in shelters face renewed fear. The danger is far from over. More rain could trigger fresh floods, undoing hard-won progress. Aid delivery is at risk, and rescue teams are racing against the weather. Yet, hope persists. Communities are coming together, neighbors helping neighbors. Volunteers dig through mud, searching for the missing. This spirit of solidarity is vital for the long road ahead. The 2025 floods are a stark warning. Urgent action is needed to break the cycle of destruction. Saving lives now is the priority, but building resilience for the future is essential. For Pakistan and the world, the time to act is now.